Hello, I'm Elle Edwards, author of Youier and founder of The Blue House. Now, inside The Blue House, we have a special small group space called the Rainbow Room. And so the purpose of this quick video is to introduce you to the Rainbow Room and give you a sense of who it's for, what's included, why you might choose to join us. The Rainbow Room is here to help you write, publish and market your book. I mentioned already the Youier book. There's something really special I've written over the last, since 2017. This is just a small handful of some of the books. And this one as well, that I've written and published. And there's something really special, particularly if you're a bit like me, if writing and publishing a book was on your dream list for a long time. There's something really special about holding your book in your hand and finally go, oh, I finally did it. You have a message that is yours to share with the world, and the written word is one really powerful way to do that. And so if you're somebody who maybe has been saying for a while, I really want to write a book, or maybe you've started writing it and you've stalled a little bit, or you've written it but you don't quite know how to get the going and actually get it out there, the Rainbow Room could be a really good fit for you, because you get to benefit from the last 7 or 8 years of the journey that I've been on. There has been, in my case, quite a lot of trial and error. And yes, of course, the industry has changed a little bit. There's been developments, and we dig into that along the way as well. But this really is one of the beautiful things about being in the world today, is that we can write and publish a really good quality book without needing to have the gatekeepers, the people in charge of the traditional publishing houses tell us it's okay to do so. There is still a place for traditional publishing, and if you're somebody for whatever reason you really do want to be traditionally published, you can still join the Rainbow Room and get accountability to get your book written. Quite transparently, I'm not the biggest advocate for traditional publishing for most people now. They tend to want to have, and again, this is a big generalization, but they tend to want to either publish books in a series where it's already established, or they like to publish books by celebrities, people with, whether that's actual celebrities who've done something celebratory, or whether that's people who've been on reality TV, people who are well known. They love publishing those books because there's a ready-made audience for it. You might not have a ready-made audience, but that doesn't need to stop you from sharing your message with the world. So whilst I can support you as you write your book, if you want to be traditionally published, I make no apology for the fact that I am a big advocate for independent publishing. There is something joyous about the fact that I could write a book this month and have it published next month. Whereas traditionally published, you might be waiting 18 months, 2 years, 3 years to see that book finally out there. There are, of course, advantages. They have, a different way of getting their books out there. There's pros and cons, but I just have to be transparent with you from the get-go. I am a big fan of independent publishing, and I would love to see you having that freedom to get your work out there and sharing it with a wider audience. So how do we do that? What does that look like within the context of the Rainbow Room? We do have a loose-ish curriculum of training videos. They are built little by little. I say loose-ish because quite often what happens as well, in addition to the pieces that are on the prescribed curriculum, you don't have to watch it all, you can dip in as you want to, but in addition to the pieces that are in the proper curriculum, quite often somebody will ask a question. I'll be like, well, actually it'd be easier to show than tell, and so I create extra videos to answer those questions as well. So it really is an ongoing resource that grows as we grow. So you get access then to those training videos. So there's a whole series there already around the mindset piece, using your mind to help you plan your book, getting over yourself so you actually get the work done, how you don't have to have this sort of starving artist mentality and be tortured in your work, how you can actually have fun as you write. We also have resources in there like helping you the nitty-gritty of how do you actually write, like what software do you use, and then once you've written your book, how do you publish it? How do you create a cover? Creating your independent publishing company. Don't be daunted by that. I promise you it's easy. We'll walk you through all of it. Marketing your book. How do you find those people to read it? What does all of that good stuff look like? There's lots of things in there that you get access to straight away. So you can, depending upon where you are in your writing and publishing and marketing journey, you can jump into those pieces. The other thing that we have as well is 2 extra pieces. You have the Rainbow Room inside the Blue House. So the Blue House, if you're brand new and you don't know what the Blue House is, the Blue House is my online, not on Facebook community. So as well as the Rainbow Room, you'll get access to all of the rest of the Blue House, the one-day events, the training videos, or lots of good stuff that's in there, as well as community. But within the Blue House, we have a specific small group space called the Rainbow Room, where you can ask your questions pertaining particularly to writing and publishing and marketing your book. And you can share your wins, you can get your accountability, and you say, right, this week I'm going to write 2,000 words, and then you do it, and we cheer with you and celebrate with you. You also then, once a week on a Wednesday, Wednesday at the time of recording this video, once a week on a Wednesday we have open hours where we jump onto Zoom and you can bring your questions. What we explore really does depend upon who shows up on a given day and what questions they have. So you're never left to your own devices, and that's really important to me, because I want you to actually do this. I don't want you to sign up and then just have it something that sits there, oh, that'd be nice to get to eventually. I make no apology for the fact that I will be asking you, how are you getting on? How is your writing going? Where are you at? What does this look like? Do you have a publication date in mind? All of that good stuff. Because I am an activator. I'm somebody who wants to help you take action on those things that you're excited about. Because this is important. There is a message that is yours to share with the world that needs to be out there. And so I am here to help you get that out there. Am I going to publish your book for you? No, I'm not. I have published other people's books, but right now my focus is on empowering you. Am I going to write your book for you? No, I'm not. If you do want to have somebody ghostwrite your book with you, that is an option. Mostly, though, I love to encourage you to tell your story. Am I going to edit your book? No, I'm not. The good news for you, though, is that we do have a number of people inside the Blue House who are very strong editors who can help you out with that. Other questions you might have. Fiction or non-fiction? Both, either or. I've published fiction and non-fiction. We currently have somebody in the Rainbow Room who's in the process of publishing their poetry books. I've also got, let me show you this, back at the end of middle of 2020, I've got this book that's also like a journal. I don't know how well you can see that on the video. With journal prompts, so it's a much bigger book. Can you see it's almost A4 size versus Youier, which is just a regular book size. So you're not limited, really. This is about you getting the work done, and so I can help you with all of those good things. Other questions you might have: what if you are a little bit anxious about the tech? Don't be. I maintain that I could teach anybody how to do this, assuming that you have a reliable internet connection and a willingness to actually try and do this, and a belief, yes, I can do this. I can teach you and walk you through this. However, if as you go through and you're like, actually, I don't want to learn how to create the files that are needed for that, there are options to outsource as well. I've personally done that when I published other people's books. We had a series of books that were created in Google Docs, and so we took those Google Docs files and said to a formatter, could you make this into a Kindle book, please? Make this into a paperback book, please? So there are options as well. So whilst I am here to empower you and to actually learn this stuff and do it, I recognise that not everybody's quite as geeky as me. But I do not need you to be afraid of the tech. Come to this with a can-do attitude, believing that you can do it. Was it Henry Ford says, whether you think you can or think you can't, you're right. There's a conversation I've had with somebody very near and dear to me about fixing cars. And I said, you could learn this. There's YouTube videos. No, I can't. I will never learn how to do this. I said, no, you actually could learn. There's resources. No, I can't. I said, well, yeah, you're right. If you've decided that you can't, then you can't. And the same is true for you and doing this as well. If you come to this deciding that you can't possibly do it, then you're right, you can't. But I would encourage you that you have an amazing mind, coupled with the resources and the training that we have here to help you, plus the space to ask questions. It is a small group space. You don't get lost in the crowd inside the Rainbow Room, which is a good thing. So if you come to this with a can-do attitude and believing that actually we're going to give this a go and try it, you will be able to do this. Your attitude to this, the way that you approach things, makes a massive difference. And we have resources to help you. There's a series on the podcast that I recorded a number of years ago called Ready to Write. That's not available anywhere else other than in the Blue House. It's the mindset stuff behind getting your book written, getting you out of your own way, getting out of your own head and actually getting it done. So if all of that sounds exciting to you, I would encourage you to come and join us.